as we have a look at our bracket. 4 groups, A, B, C, and D. Each group will have 2 winners advance, so the first 2 finishers advance to the semifinals. Same will happen in the semis on to the finale. Group A, the UK, Brazil, the Netherlands, and Mexico. Right now it's in the United Kingdom in the lead, now being taken over by Brazil. They're the first down to our first wooden funnel. Brazil, then the United Kingdom, Netherlands, and Mexico finishing in 3rd and 4th right now. Who's going to get first out of that first one? It's going to be Brazil. They move into the lead, followed by the United Kingdom. Now stretching out the lead is Brazil. Mexico in 3rd, the Netherlands right now in 4th. Down to the final funnel, and it is still Brazil and then the UK. The Netherlands have passed Mexico down to the finish line, and across is Brazil, followed by the UK. The Netherlands in 3rd, Mexico in 4th, Brazil and the United Kingdom advance. A 34.152 the time for Brazil. Just under 0.7 of a second behind them is the United Kingdom. Both of those countries will advance into our semifinals, and they are out of Group A. A chance at a win here in Event 1 is over for both the Netherlands and Mexico as they fail to get out of the group stage. Moving to Group B, it is Indonesia, Argentina, Spain, and China. Looks like both of the marbles on the near side have a little bit more speed. Right now it's Argentina in the lead down to the first wooden funnel, followed by China, Spain, Indonesia pulling up the rear at the moment. And the first out will be Argentina. Pretty significant lead there as they're still making their way down. Argentina, then Spain, China, Indonesia. That's still the leaderboard right now, and it's a big lead for Argentina. Let's see if they can keep it. They're down through the final part, the Plinko portion. They are across the line, a 35.352. China's going to take second. They will advance. Spain and Indonesia eliminated here, as they will advance and move into this B semifinal. We make our way back up to the starting gate for Group C. Germany, Switzerland, the United States, and Portugal. And the U.S. has a stunted start. They start behind, and let's see what happens. Portugal comes out first, followed by Germany. The U.S. has now passed Switzerland to move into 3rd. And now the United States has moved into 2nd. Right now, both of the marbles coming out of that right side are in the lead. Portugal has that advantage. They're followed by the U.S., then Germany, Switzerland currently in last. Who's going to make the lead? Now it's looking like Portugal has the U.S. right on their heels. Who's going to get the win? It is Portugal. The United States finished 2nd. Switzerland, Germany, both eliminated. As the U.S. went from last out of the gates and were able to move into 2nd. Here's a look at a replay. As you see some of the cheering sections, a full stadium here for this exciting event. Group D, Canada, Italy, India, France. 2 advance, 2 are done. Let's find out who it'll be right now. Canada in the lead, followed by Italy, India, and then France in last. Looks like it's pretty close right now. Canada still maintains that lead, being followed by Italy. Still pretty close out of that final, or now into, I should say, the final funnel. Still Canada, Italy, France is now past India. Canada is across, they've got the win. Italy is in 2nd, they will advance. France and India will be eliminated here in the group stage. And so that will move Canada and Italy into the first semifinal. And our point standings, 9th through 16th, will receive 7 points all the way down to Indonesia, who had the slowest time. They will not receive a point here for today's first event, so a disappointing start to their tournament. As we move into our semifinals, once again, 4 come in, only 2 will leave. Canada, the UK, Italy, Brazil trying to secure their spots in the final. Right now, Canada and the United Kingdom are in the lead. Italy has moved into 3rd, Brazil right now running in last. Brazil is a heavyweight. Typically in Marble Fubeca events, they passed Italy to move into 3rd now, but it's still Canada and the United Kingdom leading the way. And they're almost in a dead tie. Canada still in the lead. And will get down before the UK, but they'll come across the line almost at the same time. Canada and the United Kingdom advance. Brazil and Italy will settle for a semifinal loss as they are going to settle in the middle of the pack from this first event. So Canada and the UK showing strong. Now the US, Argentina, China, and Portugal for the other two spots in the final. Who takes on Canada and the United Kingdom? Right now it's Portugal and Argentina that are in the lead. The United States is in third, and a very distant right now fourth is China. Let's see if they can make up any time. It's hard to pass on these. You really have to get off to a good start and keep it going, but the U.S. has shown that they can pass. They've done it a few times. Trying to make a last-minute pass here. Portugal in the lead. Argentina still holding second. Distantly in last place right now is China, and sure enough, the U.S. does make a pass, and they're going to get the advancement past Argentina as China finishes almost 6 seconds behind anybody else. As the United States does it again. Portugal gets the win, but the U.S. survives. They advance to the final here. You can see Portugal after that semifinal win. They're excited. Now with the 5th through 8th finishes. Argentina will finish 5th. Brazil, Italy, and then China taking up that middle ground area. And here we go. The U.S., Portugal, the UK, and Canada. And it's a slow start for the United Kingdom. Can they come back from that? The U.S. has done it before. Canada is in the lead. Now the United States are in the lead. They've made the pass on Canada, their neighbors to the north. Portugal in third, and the UK trying to make an advancement. Portugal now makes a move into second place. It's still the United States in the lead. Portugal, Canada, and the UK. Who's going to get the title and win our first event here in the Quadrilla Marble Run Tournament presented by HAPE Toys? Right now it is the United States. Can they finish it off? They're getting close. Portugal tries it at the end, cannot get it done. And the USA wins gold in event number 1 by less than 1/100th of a second. The United States takes first, and they get off to a flying start here. As you have a look at our official results, 20 points to the United States. Portugal finishes second. Canada, the UK, and Argentina, the top 5. For this hurricane event, and here are the overall standings, obviously still the same. You see the medal count there. A gold for the US, a silver for Portugal. Canada picks up a bronze. Hope you picked right. Using our opportunity on the Quadrilla app to choose the winner, it was the US today. They take event number 1. Portugal wins silver. Again, Canada getting the bronze. So congratulations to all of those teams, and really to everybody in this tournament. Good opportunity for everybody to get the feel of what this tournament's going to be. Again, it's a 6 marble run sets on Amazon.com using that promo code on your screen. And without further ado, here is event number 2 of the Quadrilla Marble Run Tournament presented by HAPE Toys. There's the Group A, B, C, and D. They are the same for event number 2 as they were. And event number 1, you know the teams and you know the way it works. And you also know that you can download the HAPE Quadrilla app and predict the winner of today's tournament. An opportunity to win a Quadrilla Marble Run set courtesy of HAPE Toys. Great opportunity there, as you see our very, very lengthy and tall course for today's race, which includes a jump, something that we haven't seen. Should be a very interesting ending to this course because it's very close to the finish line there. See how that affects these teams today. Group A, UK, Netherlands, Mexico, and Brazil. And out of the gates, it is Brazil and Mexico in the lead. Now the Netherlands has passed Brazil for second place. The UK bringing up the rear now. They moved into third. Mexico has dropped to last. And it's now the UK in last. It is still the Netherlands and Brazil leading the way. They're getting close to that funnel, and it will be Mexico coming out of nowhere. Brazil finishes second, the Netherlands third, and the UK finally comes across 5 seconds later. Let's look at this. Wow, what a move by Mexico. You can see it's a little bit of a blur. They're moving so fast there. But Mexico was the second in, but the first out, and by a pretty good margin. They advance, as does Brazil. The Netherlands were the first in, but they do not advance. So that last portion, that funnel there after the jump, clearly could become an issue. It was an issue early on for the Netherlands. Here's Group B, Spain, Argentina, Indonesia, and China. Indonesia is last in the standings right now. They did not earn a point in our first event after running the slowest time. However, they're in the lead right now in Group B, followed by Argentina, China, and then Spain. Remains that way, and it looks like a little bit of a lead, maybe lengthening out here for Indonesia. They are in, they are out, and they are through, followed by Argentina. Spain and China will not advance through the group stage here today, as Indonesia gets the win. They advance to the semifinals. Let's have a look at the replay. Can't do it a whole lot smoother than that, although it looked like it gave them a little bit of a hard time to actually get out of the funnel there. Either way, no harm, no foul. An advancement into the semifinals for Indonesia and Argentina. As we move into Group C, see some of our wonderful spectators here for this second event after a great first event. Looking for even better things here today. And Group C includes our leader in the point standings. That's the United States, Switzerland, Germany, and Portugal, the rest of Group C. Right now it is Switzerland and Portugal in the transfer spots. The USA in third, Germany currently in last, but now it's the United States running in last. And we'll see where we go. It's really the ending of this course that can cause a lot of problems. They remain in the same spot now. Here is Portugal. They get through immediately, and they are advancing. As are Portugal, Germany, and the United States will not make it through this group stage. And after a win in the first event and a points lead for the United States, they are likely to fall out of the lead after failing to advance here. We'll, of course, finally see where they end up in the standings, depending on the remainder of the competitors and what time they finish out with still one more group to go. You can see there was the jump that got it done for Portugal to advance them. And oh my goodness, the United States, wow, was that close. They almost didn't finish, which would have been disastrous for them. It looked like they were bouncing around almost like a basketball on a rim there. But they got it to go. It was still the slowest time of the group, though. Here's Group D, India, France, Italy, Canada. Canada who finished third in our last event. Took home the bronze. Right now they're in third place. Not a transfer spot. Right now that belongs to France and India. They make their way through the winding portion of this course. Now for the jump. And an easy win for France. They're going to be followed by India, Canada, and then Italy, who will not advance. And an easy win there. As you can see, they were already in the funnel by the time we get to this replay here. Pretty smooth run there by India. And for that matter, by Canada as well. As we are into the semis from 16 down to 8 now. And our first semifinal, you know the format, it's the same. But first, the results from 9th through 16th. 9th will be Canada. We'll go all the way down to the UK, who will not earn a point. They had the slowest time. The United States, who won event number 1, they will finish 15th here today. So a disappointing run for them after they had gotten off to a good start. Mexico, Brazil, France, and India. 2 spots in the finals on the line. Right now, the transfers are Brazil and Mexico. They are 2 heavyweights in marble Fubeca lore. They have done very well in the history of this channel, and they look to continue that here. They're still in the transfer spots as we make our way down to the final funnel. Here goes the jump. There goes a win for Mexico, but out of nowhere, here comes France, and they will advance. Passing Brazil in the funnel to advance to the final, it is France. Mexico got it done and led basically wire to wire, and you could see there on that first replay. Let's see if we see it again here. Brazil goes in. They kind of get lost. You can see there Brazil gets popped up. And then it's France that comes out first. They advance into the final, and a disappointing finish there for Brazil. And you can see on the replay here, they got stuck pretty significantly there. They were in that funnel for a long time before they were able to come down for a 3rd place finish. But it is Mexico and France into the final. Portugal, who finished 2nd, has a chance to maybe better that. They're still in the semifinal here. The other 2 medalists from our first event, Canada and the United States, are out here of event number 2. And as we make it to our second semifinal, Indonesia off to a slow start. Anything's going to be a positive for them after they did not score a point last time. Right now it's Portugal and Switzerland in the transfer spots. Argentina a close third, a little bit of a distance between them and Indonesia currently running in last. And we make it down to the teeter-totter. And a very smooth run by both of those front runners there. Switzerland and Portugal will advance. Argentina and Indonesia will go home. Head back to the locker rooms there and see what they can do to better their chances for event number 3. As they will not make it to the final. That was a good run right there by Switzerland. And Portugal back in the final again. So Mexico, France, Switzerland, and Portugal. But first, let's show you the standings and the official results for 5th through 8th. Argentina finishes 5th again. And Indonesia, Brazil, and India. So Argentina strong. Hasn't made it to a final yet, but they've been strong in each of the first 2 events. Let's see who takes home our second gold medal. We're in event number 2 right now. It's Portugal who finished in 2nd. In event number 1, they are in the lead right now, followed by Mexico, France, and then Switzerland. And it is still Portugal in the lead. Right now, a pretty significant lead for them, but now that's been shortened up. Now Mexico's taking the lead. Mexico, this is close, making their way down the teeter-totters. They both go in at the same time. Mexico gets it done by less than 0.2 of a second. It got tight in a hurry, and neither side had any hiccup at the end. Watch this. Holy cow, what a job by both of these marbles. They were nearly dead even going into it, and neither one stumbled. Let's have another look at it. I mean, there's just no way you can do it better than either of them did. Oh my goodness, what a job. And again, bridesmaid for Portugal as they finish 1 spot short. Mexico crowned our gold medal winner for the 2nd event here of this tournament, as they will grab the 2nd gold, their 1st medal. Here are the event results: Mexico, Portugal, France, Switzerland, and Argentina. All the way down, as we said, the U.S. gets the final spot. UK did not pick up a spot, and now here's our overall standings. It's a 10-point lead early for Portugal over Mexico, and Canada in 3rd. Hope you picked Mexico this time as the winner for today's event. In the HAPE QUADRILLA app, with the chance to win a QUADRILLA marble run set. If not, you've got plenty more chances. Congratulations to Mexico, Portugal, and France, who takes the bronze medal today. Portugal is now in the lead. At the back, 2 events down and 2 winners from North America, as we have 4 events to go here in the Marble Fubeca QUADRILLA Marble Run Tournament presented by HAPE Toys. Glad to be here. I'm Keanu Bittersicki as we begin event number 3. We're going to see maybe if some of our other continents can get into the winners column and top of the podium after Mexico and the United States get wins in each of the first 2 events of this 6-part tournament. However, at the top of the leaderboards, it is Portugal with 2 silvers. They are up by 10 points on Mexico. Canada in 3rd, Argentina 4th, and the U.S. after a win in event number 1, finishing 15th last time. They have dropped to 5th in the overall standings. You have a look at our tall course here. As we get ready for event number 3, it is QUADRILLA Basketball. Glad to have HAPE Toys on board here for today's event. Hope that you made your picks in the HAPE QUADRILLA app for today's winner as you have a look at our bracket for this event. Same as it has been throughout. As we have Group A, Brazil, Mexico, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. We're going to race down this course. You can end up with either 2 points, 3 points, or no points, depending on which basket your marble goes through. So what you're doing right now, you're racing to be the first one down, have the opportunity to maybe win a time tiebreaker. As the first 2 come through, that's 2 points for the United Kingdom, 3 points for Brazil, 2 points for Mexico, and the Netherlands don't score. We'll have a look at the replay. The tiebreaker there from the 2 that finished with 2 points going through the portion of the course there all the way to the right of your screen. The tiebreaker is the time. which is going to advance Mexico for us and the United Kingdom. You can see there, the Netherlands unable to score at all. Beg your pardon, move Brazil and the United Kingdom. Mexico misses out after they finish later than the UK. So Mexico is done, which means we will not again have a repeat winner. A chance still, depending on what the United States does here in this group round, to potentially have a two-time winner. Indonesia, China, Argentina, Spain, all facing off now here for Group B. And right now the leader is China. Now they've been passed by Indonesia. Spain and Argentina rounding out the group. Look like they're all pretty close here. Well-run race. Let's see as they get down to the baskets who's going to score first and how much will they score. China not going to score. Indonesia not going to score. 3 points each for Argentina and Spain, and they will advance. You look at the replay here. Indonesia, had one rim out there. Disappointing finish for them, and so no real drama in that one, as only 2 teams score, and so they will be the 2 to advance here to the next round. Into the semifinals, Spain and Argentina. Argentina has done pretty well in these first 2 matchups. These events here haven't been able to grab a medal, but they've done well enough to be 4th overall in the standings. Here's Group C, Germany, Switzerland, Portugal, and the United States. 2 of the powerhouses here, the U.S. and Portugal. They are the point standings leader. The Portuguese are. The United States trying to become the first 2-time winner. Right now they are the slowest of these marbles. First one down is going to be Germany, followed by Switzerland. They have the first chance. Looks like Germany's not going to score. It is Switzerland and Portugal, as the U.S. finishes 0.2 of a second behind Portugal, so they will not advance. And your point standings leaders just barely get it done, a little bit faster there than the USA. And so they will advance into the semifinals. See how close they were. Oh man, it was a mistake there by the U.S. They were down first but could not have a clean transfer there. And so instead it's Portugal that will join Switzerland in the semifinals. That is a devastating blow to the U.S. as they will again fail to get out of the group stage for the 2nd straight event after winning event number 1. On to our final group, it's Italy, India, Canada, and France. Canada trying to become the 3rd different country from North America to win in this tournament. No other continent has a win. Right now it's India in the lead and by a pretty good margin, followed by France, then Canada, then Italy. Now France has taken the lead. They make their way down, going for the baskets. Let's see who's going to score. Looks like a score for everybody so far. It's going to come down to a tiebreaker. Canada scores a 3, they're in, and in with the fastest time is France. Everybody scores that time. See the balls bouncing around there, those marbles making their way down. There was the fastest score. The 3-pointer for Canada gets them in. And India and Italy are out. As you see the semifinals now on your screen, semifinal A and B will begin by telling you who finished 9th through 16th. It's Mexico and then the U.S., so the 2 winners will finish 9th and 10th based on their scores and then fastest times as well. Going all the way down to 16th as we make our way into the semifinals here. These countries fighting all now for their first win. Portugal is into the semifinals. Maybe looking this time to be the bride instead of the bridesmaid after winning 2 consecutive silvers. Good enough to get them into the lead though. Brazil, Canada, France, and the UK all face off here in the first semifinal. Again, you want to be the first one down because it gives you that advantage, but it's not the end of the world if you're not. Right now, France is in the lead, followed by the UK, then Canada, and then a distant 4th is Brazil. All swirling around that final funnel, making their way toward the score. Everybody's gonna score. There's gonna be 3 threes, and so the time will determine the UK and Canada as your 2 advancers there. Oh, look at that one. France just sat on the top of the rim there. Had a little help there from Brazil. And so it is the UK and Canada making their way. Interesting there. Brazil actually came out first. And they are done. And so Canada has a chance, again, to be the next North American country to win, trying to go 3 for 3. Meanwhile, the United Kingdom back in the Final Four again, as we make our way down now to semifinal B. It is Portugal, Argentina, Spain, and Switzerland. Portugal and Argentina, 2 top 5 teams. They have done well, but right now, Switzerland leading the group down, followed by Portugal, Argentina, then Spain. Now Argentina has made a pass. Portugal, is in second. Portugal now in the lead. They're going to have the first chance to score. They are going to score. They're going to get 3. They're in, as is Argentina, as they get a better time than Spain by 0.6 of a second. Switzerland does not score. Portugal and Argentina continue their domination of this tournament as they are once again through to the final. You see, just rimming out there for Switzerland. Had a chance but could not get it done. Disappointment there for them. For Argentina, they come out first. They are into the final. And some pretty familiar names here in the final. The UK, Canada, Argentina, and Portugal. For the results 5th through 8th, it's Brazil, France, Spain, and Switzerland who will earn 11, 10, 9, and 8 points respectively. And now to the final. For 1st through 4th, out of the gate first is going to be Argentina, followed by the UK, then Portugal, and then Canada. Portugal has won second twice. They are the point standings leader. You cannot allow them to win, otherwise they are in the prime driver's seat for the second half of this 6-part tournament. Right now they are in the lead. They're going to have the first chance to score. They're going to go down. Let's see who's going to score. 2 points for everybody. And so it is Portugal that will get the win. Based on time, they do it by about 0.3 of a second. Canada takes the silver. But it is Portugal, after 2 consecutive second-place finishes, asserting their absolute dominance on this competition. The UK does not get any point, or does not score any points on this round, so they'll finish 4th. Look how close it is between Portugal and Canada. Oh man, so close for 1st and 2nd. And then Argentina will take 3rd, 4th place for the UK. And so congratulations to Portugal. They learned from the first 2 events, and they extend their lead, and they're going to do it by a pretty significant margin as they win here at the Quadrilla basketball. There are the official results from this group. Hope you did well by putting your votes in on who you thought was going to win in the HAPE Quadrilla app. Get it on Google Play and download it on the App Store for your chance to win. So the overall standings, the lead is now extended to 15 points. Portugal over Canada, who's moved into 2nd place. But it is now Portugal's tournament to lose as we are halfway through, 3 events down, 3 events to go, and the Portuguese with a large lead. There it is, a time of 18.382, did it by just under 0.3 of a second. A little more than 0.6 of a second back to 3rd place Argentina as they take bronze here in today's event. 3 down, 3 to go. Portugal has a 15-point lead and a big opportunity for them. 3 down, 3 to go as we hit the backstretch of the Quadrilla Marble Run Tournament presented by HAPE Toys here on Marble Fubeca. I'm Keanu Bittersig, glad to have you here for event number 4. This is what we're calling Quadrilla Marble Volleyball, a very tall structure for today's tournament event as we have our teams competing here for an opportunity to maybe, if you're Portugal, put this thing away with just 2 more events left after today, or if you're one of the other teams, have a chance, as you see on the screen, the overall standings, to maybe pull a little closer. It's Portugal, Canada, Argentina, Mexico, and Brazil, the top 5. Go all the way down to right now a 3-way tie at the bottom between China, the Netherlands, and Indonesia. Those teams are 44 points behind. It's a 15-point advantage overall from 1st to 2nd. If you think you know who's going to win today's event, you have a chance to maybe win something out of it. Download the HAPE Toys Quadrilla app, make your pick, and enter for your chance to win a Quadrilla Marble Run set from HAPE Toys. And without further ado, this is the Quadrilla Marble Run Tournament event number 4. It is Marble Volleyball, presented by HAPE Toys. Group A is Mexico, Brazil, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. As they make their way down this large, very tall course, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. They will head down into our volleyball court and try to score some points. Let's see what we get. 4 points for the Netherlands, 2 points for Brazil. They'll advance. No scoring, so that's an automatic 1. from both Mexico and the United Kingdom, they will not advance through this group stage. And so Mexico, for a second straight time, after winning event number 2, they will not advance past the first stage. As you have a look at that replay there, showing you, again, you want to be the first one down just like last time with basketball. This is a similar style. Bouncing off those walls and trying to score as many points as you can. That time, only 2 teams score. If you do not score and you land on either side of the board, you're given an automatic 1. And so that is going to result with 2 1s, and so those 2 teams are out as we move into Group B. This is Spain and China, and then Indonesia and Argentina. Argentina has been a powerhouse in this tournament. Consistently in the top 5, finished 3rd, Tacoma bronze last time in event number 3 as they make their way onto the volleyball courts and scoring for Indonesia. They're going to get 4 points. They will advance. They're joined by Spain, Argentina, and China are out as Argentina, for the first time, not going to advance through the group stage here. That is a devastating loss for them, as they have been good throughout this tournament. But with how good Portugal has been, you have to be great to keep up with them. And this time, a big loss there for Argentina. You can see they were the last ones on the court for quite a while as well. And so they are going to be eliminated here as we move to Group C. Back to the top of the stadium here, where we begin this event. A daunting task for these teams, as Group C is Germany, the United States, your points leader Portugal, and Switzerland. Switzerland had a strong run last time. Right now it's Portugal and the U.S. that are in the lead. They're going to be the first ones down. Portugal is going to score. Actually, maybe they're not. They are not going to score. Portugal will get a 0. They don't score any points. The U.S. scores 3. They're through, as is Germany with 2. And Portugal, the overall standings leader, they are done. And they are very likely headed to a 16th place finish here, because they didn't score anything at all. It's a costly loss for them, and potentially going to cost them a lot of points here on their lead. I'm a little surprised right there. I thought it was going to land in at least one of them. Oh, man, just rimmed out. And in fact, it looked like it got some help there from Germany in keeping Portugal from getting through. Wow, that is a really costly one. You can see the scoreboard right over the Germans. As we move to our final group, Italy, Canada, India, France. 2 more spots in the semifinals on the line. Big chance for Canada to make up some ground. They are in 2nd place right now, down 15. They're going to score a couple of points, as will Italy. And neither India nor France are going to finish. So now, in the last 2 groups, we have 3 teams that do not get any points at all. And that is a big help there for Portugal. That hurts Canada, but they're through with the best time out of that grouping. Went through pretty quickly there. But a surprising finish there from Group D. 2 teams unable to put any points on the board. And you see it was nearly a 3rd team. The last moment there, able to score. Wow. Disappointing run there from that group. As we will advance now into our semifinals. So 8 down, 8 to go. There are the results, 9th through 16th. And ultimately, Portugal will end up 14th and receive 2 points from today's event. Argentina, the highest scorer out of anybody that did not make it through. They get 7 points. China, Mexico, Switzerland, the UK. And then you get down to Portugal, as we said, in 14th. Here's semifinal A. This is the U.S., Spain, Germany, and Indonesia. Indonesia out to a strong start, trailing just Germany. Trailing the U.S., bringing up the rear. Again, it's all about the points, not necessarily who comes down first. And as we look for some scores, it's going to be just 1 score. That is Spain. And the time is going to be the tiebreaker here. First to the bottom of the board that didn't score was Germany. They are through to the final. And now a real struggle here, it seems, for these teams to be able to score any points at all. That is now 5 out of the last 8 that haven't put up anything. How about that? The U.S. looked like they lipped out of one there, which cost them. They will not advance back to their second final, but they did get out of the group stage, which is a step in the right direction there for the American team. But you've only got 2 more events after this one. Is it too little too late for the team that won the first event? Moving on to semifinal B here, and the final 2 spots in the final. There are the competitors: the Netherlands, Italy, Brazil, and Canada. Remember, Canada second right now in the standings. If you want to make this thing close, you want Canada in the final as we get toward the end of this tournament. And it looked like Canada did come through with a 1. It's 0 for Italy. The Netherlands puts up 4. They're through, as is Brazil with a score of 3. And so Canada will not make it back to the final, will not have a chance to improve on their silver from last time and finish out the entire continent of North America scoring wins here in this tournament, as they will be eliminated here. And we'll have to watch the final, just like 12 of the 16 teams from the sidelines. Brazil, the last one to make it in with that score there at the last moment, as they join the Netherlands in our final. And the results 5th through 8th. Canada picks up 5th, Italy 6th, Indonesia 7th, and the U.S. will take 8th. Here is the final. For the medals now, the Netherlands, Germany, Brazil, and Spain. Right now, Germany in the lead, followed by Spain, then the Netherlands, and then Brazil. 3 go to the left side, 1 to the right. And they make their way down. Looks like no score here. There's a score for Brazil. They're the only team that's going to score. 1 point for the Netherlands, nothing for Germany or Spain. Brazil takes gold and wins event number 4. The Netherlands pick up a silver, and by virtue of the time, it's going to be a bronze medal finish for Germany. Spain comes up empty in the final. So they will not win a medal here. They will take 4th place. Look at the score here from Brazil. Here's the one that wins it. Stopped up there. Looked like that would have been probably a 3-pointer. Instead, they end up getting 4. Either way, they were the only ones to actually score on the board. And so any kind of score was going to be a win for them. Congratulations to Brazil. They become the 4th different winner in 4 events, joining Mexico, the U.S., Portugal, and now themselves, as you have a look at the official results from event number 4. And now, here are the overall point standings. It is Portugal in the lead. Their lead has been slightly made a little smaller there. It's down to 6 points. It's a tie for second now between Canada and Brazil. 4th place is still Argentina. Mexico is in 5th. The U.S. goes up from 7th to 6th, so they're getting a little closer there. Switzerland, Spain, France, and the Netherlands, the top 10, to go all the way down to India. Right now running in last with just 15 points. They are in 16th place. And so it gets a little bit tighter here, from a 15-point lead to a 6-point lead. And a 2-way tie for second, Brazil and Canada. There are the competitors from today up on the podium. 3rd place for Germany, 2nd place for the Netherlands, but today they all aspire to be Brazil as they get the gold here at event number 4 of the Quadrilla Marble Run. We began with 16 countries and 6 events, and now we're down to just 2 more runs on the Quadrilla course and just a handful of countries with an opportunity to win this Marble Run tournament. And with that, we say hello again, friends. I'm Keanu Bittersicki, glad to have you here for event number 5 of the Quadrilla Marble Run Tournament here on Marble Fubeca. See our large viewing section for today's tournament as we turn our attention to the pitch. This is Marble Soccer. You have the overall standings on your screen now. It is Portugal's tournament and championship to lose. They're up by 6 points up with Canada and Brazil. 12 points back to Argentina. Those are the real contenders now for the championship. If you think you know who's a contender and who might win today's event, don't forget to download the HAPE QUADRILLA app and make your picks for today's event winner for your chance to win from HAPE Toys. And with that, we welcome you to the HAPE QUADRILLA Marble Run Tournament on Marble Fubeca. This is event number 5. It's Marble Soccer as you have a look at our bracket here on the left side, your groupings A, B, C, and D, as they have been throughout this entire tournament. We'll begin with Group A. It's the Netherlands, Mexico, the UK, and Brazil. Brazil are defending winner. They won an event for them before, and they are in this potentially as a championship contender. Right now they're leading the group. They're going to make their way down this large course, down onto the soccer field, attempt to score some goals, and advance. The UK makes a pass here, leading Brazil. And it's the Netherlands and Mexico going back. They're on the course. There's a goal. It's the UK scoring first. Will we get another? The answer is no, and it'll come down to a tiebreaker. The UK is through, as is Brazil. They were first onto the field, and so they win that tiebreaker. That's the way the tiebreakers work here for soccer. It'll go by time that it took you to touch the field. So they were the first one down. You see a quick goal there from the UK. And really no chance for Mexico or the Netherlands. They just didn't really have it there. Let's have another look straight on here. And it looks like a few opportunities, as you see a couple of times, that Brazil makes contact with that middle fidget spinner. Missed it on that last try, and that's what cost them. But they're still through. It is the UK and Brazil. Brazil won the last event, as we said. One of 4 different event winners through 4 events. See this aerial view of the large course for today's event as we move into Group B. And again, 2 more marbles and their teams, those countries, advancing into the semifinals. Group B on your screen, it's China, Argentina, Spain, and Indonesia. China's in the lead right now. Argentina 4th in the championship standings. Indonesia and Spain. This is a grouping that hasn't produced a lot of all-stars, but certainly Argentina has been very consistent. Right now they are trailing just China. Now Argentina makes the pass. They are in the lead, and they've got a little bit of room to work here, but look at Indonesia for a moment looking like they had a chance. First down is Argentina, and it doesn't look like we're going to goal. Oh, maybe we will at the last moment. China gonna fall, and China advances. They had the slowest time, and so that goal is going to allow them to advance. Argentina is in on time. Wow, how close that gets at the end as you have a look at the replay. And you can see nowhere near the rest of the grouping was China, so they have to score that goal, and they just got it done. Off the side of the goalpost there, and then it just spun its way over and over and over again, and eventually it's going to fall and advance China into the second round here. Waiting, 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 and finally, here it comes. And there is your goal for China to advance them into the next round, so they're into the semifinals. They will join the UK and Brazil. Argentina yet again moving past this first round. They've been extremely consistent. Here's Group C, and a couple of the favorites, Switzerland and Germany, and then you've got the United States and Portugal. Portugal a 6-point lead, as we said, over Canada. And then also Brazil there. Right now it is Germany in the lead, followed by the United States. They're in 6th right now, the winner of the first event. Struggling a little bit. They're in the lead here. And right now Portugal's in trouble. They're going to have to score a goal here. There's a goal for the U.S. I believe we just got a goal for Switzerland as well. We do. Portugal is knocked out in the first round, as is Germany. After 2 goals, our first matchup here in which multiple countries have scored a goal. The U.S. will take the first spot there. They scored it before anybody else even hit the bottom. How about that? From the United States, dominant, and the same could be said for Switzerland. It was over before Germany or Portugal even touched the course, as both of the first 2 score there, and did it quickly. And so therefore an easy win for the United States and an easy advancement for Switzerland. Nearly a goal there for Portugal. It didn't matter at that point. It didn't matter, as I said, before they even hit the bottom of the course there. Switzerland and the United States advancing from Group C. And this brings us to Group D, including Canada. A lot of momentum, I think, for Canada. They have placed very well, trying to finish off the sweep of the North American countries winning events. They've won 2 out of the 4. Right now, Canada running last out of this grouping. it really does matter when you hit the bottom because you need to do it quickly in case of a tiebreaker. Right now, France, India, Italy, Canada, that's the running order right now as they make their way closer and closer toward that final portion of the course. And down first, it is India. Will anybody score? There's a goal. There's another. And that's going to be our two advancers. Give it to Canada. Give it to France. They're in to the semifinals. India and Italy end up right next to each other in the corner, and they are headed home. Yeah, India just got a bad bounce there. Canada didn't have a great run either, but they had enough speed on it to be able to recover a couple of times. In fact, they assisted the goal there. And then eventually knocked it in themselves to advance into the next round. So quite a bit of teamwork there, it seemed, from the two teams to advance. That time, that is, of course, Canada and France. They're into the semifinals from Group B, and we have the results 9th through 16th. Portugal does not score a point, a devastating blow for the points leaders. They're up by just 6 points. They are likely, in fact, not even likely, they are not going to be the points leaders. Once this event ends, they'll have to come from behind in the final event. First semifinal, Argentina, China, the UK, and Brazil. If it's Argentina or Brazil, we are in for a doozy at the end of this event. Right now, Argentina is in the lead. They're followed right behind by Brazil. Then the UK and China. China a little bit further behind right now. It's a seemingly pretty big lead for Argentina. Let's see if they can continue that. They do, but they lost a little bit of time there. First down is going to be Argentina. Bad run. There's a goal for Brazil. There's a goal for the UK. Argentina is not going to advance. China is out as well. Brazil and the United Kingdom into the final. And again, the UK will go the distance. They have been so good at making it to the end. They just haven't medaled at all. They'll try to again change that here. No chance. Perfectly done by Brazil. And another perfect run by the UK. Got the bounce off the side of the goalpost, it seemed there. And that was that. Ending the tournament of Argentina and China. So the UK and Brazil into the final. Who will they be joined by? As it will be 2 out of the 4 teams from semifinal B. They are representing Europe and North America, the US, France, Switzerland, and Canada. Canada right now in a prime position to get into a good spot in the championship run. The US trying to get back in it. They're all very close right now as they make their way down that second funnel. Split off now 2-2. It's going to move Switzerland into the lead, followed by France. Now France takes a pass. Down the Plinko board they go. France is in the lead. They're going to be followed by Switzerland, then the United States, then Canada. Switzerland scores the goal. France is going to get in by default. And the US and Canada both eliminated in the semifinals. So France gets down first. That advances them into the final. The only goal, with an assist from France, it goes to Switzerland. France got an assist from Canada in the previous run to score their goal. Now they help out their opponent there. They're the results 5th through 8th. Argentina takes 5th. China, the United States, and Canada rounding out that group who was eliminated there in the semifinals. And bringing us down to our final of event number 5. Brazil, the United Kingdom, Switzerland, and France. Brazil trying to become the first 2-time winner, trying to win it for a second time in a row. Everybody else trying to win their first event and make it 5 different winners in 5 tries. First through is France. And the UK looked like they were going to be in the lead. They turn out to be 4th. It's France and then Brazil, and then a big gap between Switzerland and the United Kingdom. Can they catch up? The answer looks like it's yes. 3 go to the left side, just 1 to the right. Brazil nearly made the pass for the lead, but it's still France down the Plinko board. He's going to get to the bottom first. France is going to score. They're through. France takes the gold. Silver for Switzerland. Brazil takes bronze. And again, the United Kingdom falls just shy of a medal, as it looks like they just never got anything going. France was the first one to the bottom, so they're going to get the gold. They were the first to score the goal, as you can see on the replay here. In fact, did they get it before? No, just after Switzerland hit the bottom. 3 teams score goals. That's the most in this event. There's Switzerland just scoring before Brazil, but again, it goes based off of time there and who was to the bottom first. And so that is the difference between a silver and a bronze for those 2 teams. But it is France that gets the win. They become our 5th different winner in 5 events. And set us up for a fascinating finale. In the Marble Fubeca Quadrilla Marble Run Tournament presented by HAPE Toys. Hope that you had a chance to win by downloading the QUADRILLA app and making your picks for the winners. There are the results from the event based on times from each round. Here are the overall standings now, and we have a new leader. It is Brazil, and they will take a 7-point advantage into the final matchup over Canada. Portugal again picked up no points. They dropped 2 spots to 3rd with 56 points, and within 10 is Argentina. They are in 4th. France jumps to 5th in a tie with Switzerland. The United States drops back to 7th, and the UK is in 8th despite making it to the final multiple times. They just can't quite get it done. And again, they miss out on having this final shot where we show you the podium. 3rd place for Brazil. They get the bronze. They also take over the lead in the overall championship standings. That's what you want. 2nd place to Switzerland, but today they all aspire to be France. They take the gold with a goal and a time of 22.342. Congratulations to the French. They get the win, and they open up maybe, just maybe, a window at a championship. We've had 5 events, we've had 5 very different winners, but ultimately it will come down to this final event, event number 6 of the QUADRILLA Marble Run Tournament presented by HAPE Toys. Hello again, friends. I'm Keanu Bittersiki. Glad to have you here as we will crown a champion today. Our final event of this great promotional series we've had here with HAPE Toys. Glad to have them on board for what's been a fascinating, very interesting tournament. And if you've been interested in enjoying what you've seen, it's a great chance to tell you that Marble Champions is coming up starting in March. A 16-team season will begin then. But first, there is still unfinished business today. Just the overall standings on the left side of your screen. If you think you know who's going to win, you've got your final chance. If you download the HAPE Toys QUADRILLA app, either from Google Play or the App Store, go ahead and put in who you think is going to win today's event for your chance to win a QUADRILLA Marble Run set, courtesy of our friends at HAPE Toys. There are 4 teams within 10 points of the lead, as you see all of our 16 teams on the left side of your screen in their groupings, A, B, C, and D. You know how it is by now. Brazil with a lead of 7 points over Canada, then Portugal, Argentina, all within 10 points. We will start with Brazil. They're here. The UK, Mexico, and Netherlands, the rest of Group A, right now off to a slow start is Brazil. As we begin our final event, this is the equivalent of marble golf. Very interesting event, and a slow start remains for Brazil. The UK and Mexico leading the group, followed by the Netherlands. They're going to make their way down. Here they go onto the golfing course, and this is a couple of scores for everybody. Here comes Brazil. They're going to need some big points. I don't think it's going to happen. In fact, they're not going to score at all. Oh my goodness. And drama begins the finale. Have a look at the replay here, and as they come down the fairway, trying to make it into one of those holes there. 8 points there for Mexico. There was a 10 for the Netherlands. The UK put up some points as well. There is first the amount of points you're going to score, but the tiebreaker is going to be the distance that you traveled. No points on the board for Brazil. They are done and likely now out already. They're in a lot of trouble, even with a 7-point lead coming in. Here's Group B: China, Spain, Argentina, and Indonesia. Argentina has a chance. They are 10 points behind. They need a big run this week if they want to have a chance to be the champions. Right now, Indonesia leading Argentina, then China. And now we're trying to pass Argentina. Spain running in last right now. They're making their way down to the fairway. Let's see if we get some scores. We've got 4 for Indonesia. That is an 8 for Argentina, and it looks like the other 2 may not score at all. They will not. Argentina, Indonesia. They will advance. Spain and China finished here for this tournament as they are eliminated. Spain traveled 120 for the distance, but couldn't put any points on the board because they didn't end up in a hole. Ultimately, that's what's going to be your automatic saving grace if you can score like Indonesia did. Didn't travel super far, but Indonesia able to put up 4 points. Just missed it. did Spain. But it actually propelled them much further, but they needed to score in order to have a chance. They did not. They are going home. And the first semifinal is complete. The Netherlands, Mexico, Argentina, and Indonesia will face off. Argentina, one of the championship contenders. Here's Group C. It's got another one, Portugal. Also Germany, the United States, and Switzerland. Portugal right now running in third place. They are 9 points back. The championship leader right now, they are in second in this group. Germany third, the U.S. is last, and Switzerland leading the group right now. They're going to get passed, though, by Germany. Here comes the United States. Let's see if we get some scores. There's a couple of fours, and they're going to be our advancers. Switzerland and Portugal will advance with 4 points each. Nothing for Germany, nothing for the United States. In fact, the U.S. traveled just 28. A disappointing run for them. They were way up there, got to about the 100 range, but couldn't put anything in a hole. And so the United States and Germany both eliminated, and Portugal, just like Argentina, creeping closer and closer to Brazil after a bad start, and Brazil eliminated in the first round. They are in trouble. And our final competitor, we got lucky. We got one from each of the groups. That final competitor is going to be Canada. You see, there's the wonderful, what a beautiful logo for the Marble Champions League 2021. As we said, that will begin in March. 16 teams competing in this season. Glad to have that for you a little bit later on, but like we said, still a lot to be determined. India, Canada, Italy, France in this grouping. Canada, they are in second right now, and they are 7 points back of Brazil. Right now, they're the leaders out of this group. Followed by India, then Italy. Now, India's taking the lead. India's the last place team. As we're going to get a couple of scores. Uh-oh, Canada needs it. They're going to get it. Oh, wow. How about that one? Canada, clutch at the end to put up 7. Have a look at the replay. Oh, my goodness. That is as clutch as it gets exactly when you need it. Couple of ricochets there. Just missed contact with India that likely would have ended their day. And it sinks. 7 points. Canada advances. On the tie, it's Italy that gets through ahead of France. They scored first, so they get the extra point there. And there are your results. 9th through 16th, Brazil gets just 2 points. And they will not be the champions. Almost certainly now. They were up by just 7. They pick up 2, which would put them up 9 points. They are in some trouble. Argentina, Indonesia, the Netherlands, and Mexico. Argentina, our lone competitor here. Out of the championship 4, if you will. One already eliminated. Argentina right now running last. It is Mexico and then the Netherlands. Here comes Argentina. They're going to make a move. There's a score. There's another. Here's another. And everybody scores. The Netherlands puts up 8. They get the win. Argentina gets the tiebreaker. They got into that hole first, and so they advance ahead of Mexico. So a great move by them. Watch how quickly they score here. Almost just a bullet there, rather than the slow roll of Mexico, which cost them. They didn't have a chance, and then you see Indonesia there scoring just 4, but a score from everybody still respectable there. The Netherlands, Argentina moving on, and that will eliminate Brazil from championship contention. They are done. Portugal, Canada, Italy, Switzerland. And as we make our way out, Canada and Portugal, the 2 championship contenders, right now running 3rd and 4th. Let's see what happens here. Canada needs to pick it up, as does Portugal. They're both struggling early. Italy and Switzerland putting on quite a show so far. Here comes Canada. They're out second. Couple of hard scores. There's 10 for Canada. They're going to the next round, as is Portugal. They put up a 7. No score from Switzerland. Italy gets just 4, and the championship contenders move on to the final. Wow, how about that? Couple of hard bounces. There's the winner for Canada. And watch Portugal at the end. Just hit off the post there of what looked like it was going to be the 4. which actually would have eliminated them because they were the second one down. So now it's the Netherlands and 3 contenders to win this championship. Results 5th through 8th, Mexico, Indonesia, Italy, and then Switzerland. Pick up 8, 9, 10, and 11 points respectively. Add that toward their overall scores. Trying to have maybe our first 2-time winner. Portugal could do that. They're the only ones that could do that. Right now it's the Netherlands, then Argentina, Canada, and Portugal. Going to come down to the scoring here at the end of this one between these contenders. Who's going to take home the championship and be crowned the winner of the Quadrilla Marble Run Tournament presented by HAPE Toys. Here we go. This is Argentina. They are in the lead. They're going to try to score as much as they can. They're going to put up 7. That is 4 for the Netherlands, 4 for Mexico, nothing for Canada, and a win for Argentina. They finally get it done. Silver for the Netherlands. That will be their second silver. And a bronze for Portugal. They win a bronze for the first time. They medal in 4 events out of the 6. Pretty impressive from Portugal, but was it enough? As you have a look at the replay here, Canada just rimmed out of the 2. Would have ended up in 4th whether they had scored 2 or just not scored at all like it ended up being. And very far behind, but rolling in for 4 points. There it is, a bronze for Portugal. And so there it is, Argentina is your winner of event number 6 of the Quadrilla Marble Run Tournament. Congratulations to them. Here are your results officially. Did you get it right? Well, you only had a chance if you downloaded the Quadrilla app from HAPE Toys for your chance to win from our great friends there at HAPE Toys. And there are the overall standings. It is enough for Argentina to get it done. They are the winners. 75 points. They win it by 4 over Portugal. Canada finishes 3rd. Brazil drops to 4th. And Switzerland pulls out a top 5 finish for this tournament. Argentina, a come-from-behind story, extremely consistent, finishing in the top 5, but never really getting it done. Only 1 medal until this event, where they win gold. Congratulations to Portugal, a bronze for them. And by the way, 4, as I said, 4 medals in 6 events. Very impressive. Second place to the Netherlands.
World Cup. Here is the bracket system for the first event in the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. We have the first group, and then the bottom 2 from each of the first groups will be eliminated. The bottom 3 from the second groups will be eliminated until we get to the final. Now it's time for event 1, the dribble to the goal. Time for Group A. Japan, the United Kingdom, Spain, Qatar, and Vietnam will be starting us off. Who gets out to the lead first? Looks like Qatar and Japan, but it is Spain and the United Kingdom who are in that funnel. And who comes out first? It's Japan. Japan gets up there, not in the goal. We don't have any goals so far. Japan lands in a 2 slot, as well as for Qatar and the United Kingdom. And unfortunately for Vietnam, they will be eliminated by time. So if there is a tiebreaker, it will be broke by time getting to the goal first. So Vietnam was the slowest marble to score, even though he had a 2. So did all the other teams. That would eliminate Vietnam because they were the slowest one. A time of 15.567, which almost a whole second behind the United Kingdom. You can see there, all 3 of those marbles had already made it before Vietnam even got there. So Vietnam and Spain will be eliminated. And that will advance Japan, Qatar, and the United Kingdom to semifinal A. Now it's time for Group B. Which marbles will it be? China, Argentina, Mexico, Canada, and Brazil. And they are off. China having a rough start, all the way down in last place, and everybody's being led by Brazil and Argentina, 2 rivals. Let's see who gets out first, and it is Brazil who will score a goal first. Look at that. Some of the goalies are dislodged, and Canada gets a goal. That gets them 8 points. Instant advancement for Canada. Mexico comes in at second with 2 points. And Brazil in third with also 2 points. All the other teams did get 2 points, so pretty much at this point, it's all up to time. And Mexico and Brazil were the first 2 down. Argentina coming in third, but unfortunately, Canada scored a goal. And if they hadn't scored that goal, they would have been eliminated. You can see how important these goals really are. Also, an interesting note, 2 of the goalies got dislodged from their locations. Look at that, China bumping Canada into the goal. They really are regretting that now. So Canada, Mexico, and Brazil will advance to the semifinals in this first event. Now it's time for Group C: India, Portugal, the USA, Switzerland, and the Netherlands. And it is Portugal and the Switzerland who is coming out first. Look at that. There's the Netherlands and India. And India gets out first, but no, it's Portugal who is running away with it. But there goes Switzerland. They get the first score. And then the USA and Portugal up next. India and the Netherlands, both blocked by the goalies. They have lost all momentum. They are not moving anymore. And that will eliminate both of them because they did not finish. So Switzerland, the USA, and Portugal will advance to the semifinals of this tournament. You see there, Netherlands and India fighting in that funnel. Before they can get out, there goes Portugal and Switzerland, as well as for the USA. And they overtook India for first place, and that's ultimately what caused their problems, and they were eliminated. Lucky for Portugal, India and the Netherlands didn't score. They were the last one down who actually finished. So Switzerland, the USA, and Portugal will advance to semifinal B. Now it's time for Group D, the last group stage in this tournament. Indonesia, Germany, France, the Philippines, and Italy are competing in this group. Who comes out first? It's the Philippines and Italy in that funnel. But the funnel in the middle seems to be the slowest one. And here comes Indonesia and Germany. And there goes the Philippines. They get 2 points. But there they go. They are in third place because Italy and France both get a score, 8 points. So Germany will be eliminated with 2 points. Barely, because Philippines also had 2 points, but they were there first. And then, of course, for Indonesia, they did not finish. They got blocked by the goalies. Unfortunate for them in this first tournament. It really was a wild round. Lots of marbles all going out at the same time. Philippines taking the quick route. That only scored them 2 points, and then they later found out Italy and France both got 8. The Philippines were lucky. So is Italy, France, and the Philippines advancing to the semifinals of this tournament. Now it's time for semifinal A. And here are the results for 13th through 20th. All the marbles who have been eliminated at this point. We only have 12 more marbles left in this event. And in the next round, the bottom 3 marbles will be eliminated, so we only have 6 left in the final. Here we go, semifinal A. Japan, Mexico, Brazil, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Qatar. And it is Brazil leading the pack in that middle funnel. But as we've seen before, the middle funnel can be slow, but Brazil is still able to get out there first. And it is Brazil going to get a goal. And then there goes Japan, who gets 2 points, as well as for Canada. And all those other 3 marbles up in the left also got 2 points. So really it came down to time, except for Brazil. Brazil in first, United Kingdom in second, and Qatar in third place. That will eliminate Japan, Mexico, and Canada. United Kingdom and Qatar both having 13-second finishes. Japan having 15-second, and everybody else below him was slower than 15 seconds. So pretty big gap between the advanced and the eliminated. See there, 2 of the marbles going quick to the left, and that's what advanced the United Kingdom and Qatar. They both were actually faster than Brazil, but Brazil got the 8 points for the goal. So Brazil, the United Kingdom, and Qatar will advance to the final round in this event. Now it's time for semifinal B. The Philippines, Switzerland, France, Italy, the USA, and Portugal. And who comes out? It's the Switzerland, being followed by the USA in that middle funnel. But here comes Italy as well, and they overtake. They get 2 points. And here comes Portugal and the Philippines as well. And Switzerland flirting with the goal, but they just aren't able to do it. So really, it came down to time. Italy, Portugal, and the Philippines were the fastest marbles down. Italy with a 12.772 seconds. See, Switzerland and the USA were fighting there, but they just were overtaken by Italy, as well as for the Philippines there and Portugal, who all went towards more of the left side, which seems to be the better side, because if you go to the right side, it's only worth 1 point. So it is Italy, Portugal, and the Philippines who will be your final 3 marbles to advance to the final of this event. So this is the final round, and here are the results from 7th to 12th and the points associated with each of the ranks for these marbles. So it will be the final round. This is all just for the podium. Top 3 get the medals. The bottom 3 still get good points, but it's no medal. The first medal of this tournament is up for grabs right now. Who comes out first? It's Italy, being followed by the Philippines and Brazil in that middle funnel. But here comes United Kingdom as well as Qatar. United Kingdom gets a goal as well as Qatar. And here comes Portugal as well. That will seal his bronze. Qatar gets the silver, and the United Kingdom gets the gold. The first goal, as well as being an actual goal, not just points. A phenomenal finish by the United Kingdom. Qatar also having a phenomenal finish, coming very close behind the United Kingdom, going in the other goal. And then there was another goal. A comeback by Portugal, who I believe was the last marble to finish, and they got a goal as well. Yeah, Portugal, 16 seconds. The second slowest time was Brazil at 14, so really a comeback for Portugal, getting 3rd place. All the Portugal fans have to be happy with that one. So it will be the United Kingdom who will be your first champion of the first event in the HAPE Quadrilla Marble Run Tournament here on Fubeca's Marble Runs. Here are the full results and the points associated with the results. United Kingdom getting 25 points, Qatar getting 20, and Portugal getting 18. We'll have to see how this changes as the event goes on. So here are the overall standings. Pretty much the same, but the United Kingdom does get the 1 for the gold medal, as well as Qatar and Portugal for silver and the bronze. Definitely something worth being proud of. Also, Qatar, one of the rookie teams, getting 2nd place. They are also going to be the host of the 2022 World Cup. So they are doing good in the Quadrilla World Cup. We'll have to see how they do as this tournament goes along. Also, another rookie team, the Philippines, got 5th. They're doing good as well. Japan got 8th. And unfortunately for Vietnam, they got 14th. Congratulations to the United Kingdom for getting 1st place in the first event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Qatar coming in at 2nd and Portugal in 3rd place. An incredible performance by the United Kingdom, getting 1st finish of the final as well as scoring the goal. So combined, that was the greatest run. Hello and welcome back to the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by HAPE Toys here on Fubeca's Marble Runs. I'm Jeremiah and I'm glad to welcome you to the 2nd event of this tournament. In the last event, the United Kingdom won, getting 1st place, Qatar coming in close at 2nd, and Portugal in 3rd place. How will these 3 teams do in event 2? We're about to find out as we enter the race to the goal. As we take a look at today's track, it is a little bit different than normal. Also, don't forget to use the coupon code HAPE Marble Run at the Quadrilla Marble Run website to get 25% off all Quadrilla Marble Run sets. Here is the layout for today's track. As you can see, it's different than last time, and the goal of this event is a little different as well. The main goal, get to the goal as quickly as possible, and that is how you will win this event. As we take a look at the track, we have funnels, we have chutes, we have the blue catching bells, as well as a plinko section at the very start of the course that will stratify the marbles right at the beginning of the race. And now it is time for event 2 of the HAPE Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup Race to the Goal. Here's the bracket system for this event. 4 groups as normal, and the bottom 2 will be eliminated, going down to the semifinals, and the bottom 3 will be eliminated from each semifinal till we only have 6 left in the final. Now it's time for Group A. Indonesia, Brazil, China, Germany, and Portugal will be starting us off through the Plinko for the first time, and Portugal gets a huge boost of speed. They bypass the entire Plinko section, but since then, they've already fallen down, and it is Brazil and China leading the pack in that left funnel. Into the bell they go, and now they're going to start going through the domino section, and who's going to get to the goal first? It's Portugal with the comeback win. China coming in at second, Brazil in third place, and that will unfortunately eliminate Indonesia and Germany, which I'm not sure if Germany even finished. Let's take a look at the replay. You can see Portugal there really just going off to the right side and bypassing the entire Plinko section. But then they have a hard time getting through these little metal catching bell elements, and that allowed Brazil and China to come and overpass in these little plastic spirals. Somehow, though, Portugal was able to catch back up. Let's take a look here. They were neck and neck with China. I think China got deflected by one of those dominoes, and that's what let Portugal take the win for this first heat. So we'll be Portugal, China, and Brazil advancing to the semifinals. Now it's time for Group B. Group B, we have Netherlands, the Philippines, Switzerland, Qatar, and Vietnam. And there goes the Netherlands straight through the Plinko like we saw with Portugal in the last race. Let's see if they can come back and take the win like Portugal did, or will some other marbles be able to overpass them? They're still in the lead, a little bit different than Portugal in the last time. But here comes Vietnam and Netherlands back for the win. Vietnam almost took it, but they got slowed up by the dominoes there. And Philippines does come in third place. That will be the last marble to advance out of this group. So Netherlands, Vietnam, and the Philippines will advance from this group. Qatar and Switzerland will be eliminated in this group stage. You can see there Qatar way back in the spiral. They didn't even finish last, though. I'm not sure what happened to Switzerland. You see there Vietnam getting slowed down by some of those dominoes, allowing the Netherlands to catch up, and they were able to take first place. And then Vietnam, and then the Philippines. Qatar and Switzerland were way back there, and Qatar was able to get fourth. So it's Vietnam, the Philippines, and the Netherlands that are going to semifinal A. Now it's time for Group C. We have Mexico, Canada, the United Kingdom, India, and Japan. United Kingdom, the last event's champion. Let's see how they do in this second event. They're in third place right now. Mexico is in the lead, being followed by Canada and then Japan. The United Kingdom is down there in fourth place. Now they're in fifth. And it is still Mexico in the lead, but it's being followed very closely by two other marbles. But who's that? That's Japan. Comes out to lead, but hits a marble. Not a marble, a domino. They still are able to take first place. Mexico coming in barely at second. And Canada in third place. The United Kingdom getting eliminated in the first round. That will definitely hurt them in terms of points. India in fifth. They will be eliminated as well. See there, Mexico was in the lead, but somehow Japan came through the other spiral while the camera was watching Mexico fight off those other two marbles, and Japan was able to do a comeback win. Didn't seem like much of a comeback, though. Once they got to the field, it was Japan in the lead by a lot. So they have secured their spot in the semifinals. So Mexico, Japan, and Canada will advance to semifinals B. Now it's time for Group D. Spain, Italy, France, Argentina, and the USA. And they're off. And it is Italy who comes out through the Plinko first, being followed very closely by Spain and the USA. France and Argentina are having some trouble, especially Argentina. All the other marbles are already in the other spirals. Argentina is still lagging behind. And it is Italy coming out with the win. But here comes Spain, and they overtake, but they mess up. And it is Italy who comes out with the win. USA getting third, barely over France. What a crazy round. Also, Argentina getting a DNF. They didn't even get to the field. Let's take a look at that replay. A lot of action there. Spain was the first one to that little metal bell, but Italy was actually able to exit first. Let's take a look at this finishing replay. Italy in the lead by a lot, but then they have some trouble with that domino, and Spain uses that domino to deflect, passes Italy, then they have a rebound off of that wall, and Italy just keeps it straight and strong, and they got the first place. And then France hitting that knocked over domino. They almost had third place, but USA came out with the third advancement spot at the last second. Great move by the USA as well. Spain, Italy, and the USA will advance to semifinal B after a frantic round. Now it's time for the first semifinals after we take a look at the results from the 13th to 20th place of this event. Qatar, the last event's second place finisher, did not do very good. He already got eliminated in the first round. Now it's time for the first semifinal. The bottom three marbles in the semifinals will be eliminated. We have Brazil, China, Philippines, Vietnam, Portugal, and the Netherlands. And off they go. Who comes out first? It's Brazil. And then China coming in second, Philippines in third. To the first spirals they go. And Portugal is still in the lead now, being followed very closely by China and the Philippines. And here comes Brazil, and a surprise win by Brazil. China coming in at second. And who comes in third? It's the Philippines. Let's take a look at that replay. No marble really came out really quick, and then Brazil was able to kind of get out of that plinko quick before any other marbles could. And they were able to get out to the lead first, but I think Portugal actually was able to get to the spirals first. See there, Portugal was the first one out of the spirals, but then China was able to get out of that catching device first. But I think they lost out to Brazil. They hit a domino there. And Brazil just went without hitting any dominoes. Then Philippines came in at third. And unfortunately for Portugal, they're the first one out of the spirals, but they lost out just because of that little blue bell section. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we go into the next races. Brazil, Philippines, and China advance to the final. Now it's time for semifinal B. We have Mexico, Japan, Canada, the USA, Italy, and Spain. And it is Italy and Spain who come out first. But Spain has some trouble in that little blue bell. And it is Japan and Italy in the lead in that spiral. But don't forget about the USA. They're over on the other spiral. Into the bell they go. And it is Japan going out for the win. But they hit a domino, slowing down quite a bit. And a bump from behind from the USA. And they get first place. USA gets second. And Mexico gets third. Spain gets fourth, and Italy and Canada have both a DNF. So there's Italy. They were doing so good in the spiral section. What happened? Canada didn't even get past the plinko section. Very surprising and unfortunate for Canada. Let's see if we can see what happened to Canada in the replay. They're still moving here. They just aren't able to get past that peg. See, Italy in the lead, entering the first spiral. And their first went into the bell as well, but then the other marbles pushed them aside. They were able to get out, though. I think they hit a domino here and slowed down quite a bit. Yeah, almost to a stop. And Mexico and the USA both pass. And that's all they needed to eliminate Italy. See there? Spain also trying to get up, but they weren't able to do it because of that domino. So Japan, the USA, and Mexico will be the final three marbles advancing to the finals in this second event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup, presented by HAPE Toys. We have 6 marbles, 3 of which get to sit on the podium, 3 do not. We'll have to see which marbles are able to do the best in this final round. The final round is about to start. The USA, Japan, the Philippines, Brazil, China, and Mexico. And they are off. It is China and Japan coming out to the lead. But here comes Brazil and Mexico, as well as the Philippines, who are leading off the pack. But it is the USA who's probably going to get out of that first spiral first. And to the field they go. It is the Philippines in lead, but here comes Mexico, and they are able to take first place. And they will be the champion of Event 2. Brazil coming in at second. China in third place. Philippines and the USA both DNF on that domino. A great performance by Mexico. Brazil coming in at second with the silver. China with the bronze. Mexico with the gold. Let's take a look at the replay. China was the first one to get out of the Plinko section, being followed very closely by India. But it was the USA and the Philippines who came out to the first spirals. Mexico and Brazil were following closely to the USA and the Philippines. And let's see what happened after that. The USA and the Philippines were the first one to the little bell section, but Mexico was the first one out with the Philippines. The Philippines were actually ahead, but then they hit a domino on that left side. That allowed Mexico to just go straight, barely hitting that domino. And that allowed them to take the win. The USA and the Philippines stuck on that sideways domino. And then Brazil and China coming in second and third. China pushing Brazil into the goal. So it will be Mexico who will be the champion of the second event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Congratulations to them. Now let's take a look at the full results. It is Mexico coming in at first place, Brazil coming in at second, China in third, Japan fourth, the Philippines in fifth, USA in sixth, Portugal seventh, Vietnam in eighth, Netherlands in ninth, and Spain rounds off your top 10. Here are the overall standings. It's Mexico who has taken over first place with 35 points, Brazil in second, Portugal in third place, the United Kingdom has fallen down to fourth, the Philippines are in fifth place. Unfortunate for the United Kingdom. We'll have to see if they can have a comeback in the next couple of videos of this tournament. Congratulations to Mexico for being your champion of Event 2 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Brazil coming in at second and China in third place. Mexico getting the 35 points. Brazil has 34 and China with 22. We are back here at the Fubeca Stadium for the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by HAPE Toys. I'm Jeremiah and I'm glad to welcome you to Event 3 of this tournament. The stands are packed, all cheering for the respective countries in the respective cheering sections, all rooting for their country to be crowned champion of this World Cup. We have another event for you today, Shoot to the Goal. So it will definitely be an interesting event. Here are the overall standings. We have Mexico in first place with 35 points. Brazil very close in second, only 1 point behind with 34. With Portugal coming in at third with 31 points. Don't forget you can get 25% off any HAPE Quadrilla Marble Run set on the HAPE website using the discount code HAPE Marble Run. Also go down to the link in the description and guess which marble will win in the upcoming events. And if you guess correctly, you can have a chance of winning $149 worth of Marble Run sets. Let's take a look at today's track. It starts off with the Plinko, down into the little blue stairs, wooden spirals all around, down to the bell, and then down to a red spiral, down to this final section. And how this will work, the marbles will exit on either side, and the goal is simple, get into the goal, past the goalies. And now it's time for Event 3 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup, Shoot for the Goal. Let's take a look at the bracket system for today's tournament. We have Group A, B, C, and D. As always, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Indonesia, and India will start us off. And we are off. Who comes out to lead first? It's India, being followed by Switzerland and then Italy. And they all go on different paths, so it's a little bit harder to judge who's in the lead. India and Switzerland are up there, but here comes Spain as well. There goes Italy first into the bell, or India, and then Italy, being followed by Switzerland. India has a lot slowed down there, and they're all neck and neck in the spiral. Let's see who gets a goal first. No goals yet. There's one for Spain and one for Indonesia. And there's one for Spain. So those will be your 3 marbles advancing to the next round of this tournament. Unfortunately for India and Italy, they were both eliminated. So if there's a chance that there is a tie in the 3rd and 4th, or if no marbles score it will be time, of course. So it is a racing aspect, but it also is the scoring of the goals that is the most important. And that's what Spain, Switzerland, and Indonesia did the best. Indonesia would have for sure been eliminated because they were the last one to the field. They did get that goal. So that's what allowed them to be advanced. Bumping India aside. Some ruthless play by Indonesia. And then Switzerland barely getting into that goal right there. They had originally hit the goal post, but they were able to score. So Switzerland, Spain, and Indonesia will go to the semifinals. Now it's time for Group B. Japan, the United Kingdom, Portugal, the Netherlands, and Brazil. So going with Group B. Who comes up to lead first? It's the Netherlands, being followed by Japan, and then Brazil. Portugal is in that first funnel as well as Brazil. And who comes out to first? It's the Netherlands, but they're stuck on the track. They get hit by the United Kingdom. That allows Japan to gain the lead. Let's see if Japan can make any goals here. Netherlands close behind. There's a straight goal for Japan. Netherlands having some trouble. They get blocked by a goalie. And there's a goal for Brazil and Portugal. So Japan, Brazil, and Portugal will be advancing to the next round. The United Kingdom and the Netherlands, unfortunately, will be eliminated. Possibly because the Netherlands got stuck on that little curved section of the track. The United Kingdom had to push them forward to even get to the end of the track. Let's see if we have a replay on that. So the Netherlands being first at the beginning, but they did get stuck after the funnel. See that little curved section right there? They were stuck in the entry of the after that section into that little block element, and the United Kingdom had to push them forward, and that cost them to win. They both kind of lost their bearings after that, and neither of them scored. So Japan, Portugal, and Brazil will advance to semifinal A. Now it's time for Group C. The Philippines, Germany, Qatar, and then who else do we got? We have Mexico and the USA. And they are off. It is the USA and Mexico off to lead. Two rivals in this tournament. They go in separate lanes on this track. Let's see who can get out first. Mexico and it looks like the Philippines are in the lead at this point. Philippines overtake for the lead, and Mexico is gone. Where did they go? Mexico is off the track. I think they're going to have a DNF. Philippines, though, going, and they miss a goal, and here comes Spain and the USA. They both get a goal, as well as for Germany. Philippines don't get a goal, and what happened to Mexico? There they are on the ground. What happened to Mexico? An unfortunate event for the leaders overall in the points of this event. Let's take a look at the replay. Mexico's definitely going down on the leaderboard after this event. They may not even get any points. If you DNF, that might even put you last place. They got hit off of the track by the bell. The Philippines hit the bell so hard that it hit Mexico off the track. Very unfortunate event for Mexico. Now it's time for Group D. China, Canada, France, Argentina, and Vietnam. And they are off. It's Canada off to lead, being followed by France, and then Argentina and China. Vietnam is in last place, but they all get stratified in this wooden maze. Who comes out to the lead first? Looks like Canada, being followed by Argentina and then Vietnam into the red funnel. So Canada will have an advantage on terms of time. Will he be able to score? No, he misses completely. Argentina gets a goal post. Vietnam scores. France misses, and then there's China. So Vietnam and China will score. Canada will also advance because they were the first one down. Just like I was saying, they did have the time advantage. Even if they didn't score, they were the fastest ones down. So unless Argentina or France had scored, Canada would have advanced. So luck of the draw for Canada. And unfortunate for the two blue marbles, Argentina and France. They were both eliminated. And hopefully some of these marbles are taking note on the safety of that bell element. Make sure they hit it correctly. And make sure that they don't get hit off the track like Mexico did in the last heat. China almost hit Canada in that goal there, but would have still advanced Canada anyway. So Vietnam, China, and Canada will go to the semifinals with Qatar, the USA, and Germany. Now it's time for semifinal A. Here are the results for the 13th through 20th place. And unfortunately for Mexico, they get 0 points, as I thought. So their overall score is still at 35. And they're going to be overthrown from the leader position in this tournament. And they are off. This time, it's the bottom 3 who are eliminated from this round. And it is Portugal, Switzerland, Japan, Brazil, Spain, and Indonesia competing in this first semifinal. Who is out first? It's Portugal, being followed very closely by Japan and then Switzerland. And where is Switzerland? I think somebody fell off. It wasn't Switzerland. I think Spain fell off the track by the bell. Who gets a score? There's Brazil, Switzerland, and Indonesia. Portugal and Japan, both the first marbles to get down to the bottom, but neither of them score. And again, we have a marble on the ground. Unfortunate for Spain. Let's take a look at the replay. Take a look at the yellow and red marble. That's Spain. They were more near to the back of the pack when they were entering this kind of stair section. Kind of a unique element from HAPE toys. But let's keep our eye on Spain. There they go through that little blue teeter-totter section. Alright, here we go. There's Portugal. And then Japan. Spain was in third. The same problem that happened to Mexico. They just get shoved off by the bell. The officials of this tournament are definitely looking into the safety of this bell element for the better well-being of these marbles. Qatar, Vietnam, China, Canada, and the USA will go up in semifinal B. They have started. Hopefully, you don't have any more accidents like we've seen for Mexico and Spain. We'll have to see. USA in first. So the first marble is not usually the one who's hit off. It's usually the third or fourth. USA survives. And there goes, who is that? Canada? Canada falls off again. We've had another accident here on this course. USA scores. No one else has scored yet. There's a score for China and Germany. So Qatar, Vietnam, and Canada will be eliminated. We've had another accident here in this event. USA, China, and Germany will advance to the next round. They're lucky they didn't get hit off the track like Canada, Mexico, and Spain. 3 marbles this time. What is happening in this event? Let's take a look at what happened again in this replay. Probably the same thing that happened to Mexico and Spain. Where is Canada? They're in third, going down this left side. See, there's Vietnam, and then Canada getting hit by the bell. The main problem is you have to pass the bell while it's traveling away from the track, not when it's traveling towards you, because it is big enough that it can hit you off the track. It has more weight than a marble can weigh. I am getting word that the placement of the bell has been moved so the marbles will not actually contact it after passing to ensure the safety of the competitors of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. We definitely want safety for these marbles, and these finalists will not have to go through the trauma of dreading being hit by that bell. As we get started with the final, USA, Germany, China, Switzerland, Indonesia, and Brazil are your competitors. It is the USA and Germany who is in the lead, but here comes China into second place. No marbles hitting the bell, and it is the USA who has the time advantage. Will they score? They don't score. Let's see who else can score. There's Indonesia and China, and no other marbles so far, and that will make China the winner of this event, being the fastest marble to score. Indonesia coming in at second, and the USA in third place by time. Let's take a look at the replay. Very nice to note these marbles are safe from the bell. China coming in at first, Indonesia, and then the USA, Germany, Switzerland, and Brazil unfortunately not making it to the podium, but they still did get in the top 6 overall in this event. They'll definitely get them some more points. You see there, the bell was not moved when the marbles passed them. Very good decision by the people at Fubeca's Marble Runs and HAPE Toys. And you can see Germany getting blocked by the goalie there. And Indonesia and China were the first 2 to score and the only 2 to score. I believe China scored first. No, it was Indonesia, but China was the first one to the field. So it is China who will be your champion of Event 3 of the QUADRILLA Marble Run World Cup presented by HAPE Toys here at Fubeca's Marble Runs. Congratulations to them. And now it's time to look at the full results. China, Indonesia, USA in your top 3, Germany, Switzerland, Brazil in your top 6, Portugal, Qatar, Japan, and Vietnam round off your top 10. Unfortunately, our previous points leader, Mexico, in last place. Mexico has fallen all the way down to 6th place. Brazil has rose to 1st place overall. China in 2nd, and the USA in 3rd place at the end of Event 3 of this tournament. We'll have to see how this continues as the entire World Cup continues. Congratulations to China for being the champion of Event 3 of the HAPE QUADRILLA Marble Run World Cup. Indonesia coming in at 2nd and the USA in 3rd place. You can see their point standings. Brazil is our overall points leader as we get started with Event 4 of 5 of the QUADRILLA Marble Run World Cup presented by HAPE Toys. Hey everybody, I'm Jeremiah. Welcome back to Fubeca's Marble Runs. As I said, Brazil is in the lead, the home of Fubeca's Marble Runs, being followed very closely by China and then the USA in 3rd place. 3 powerhouses in the world of marble sports. As we start Event 4, you can see the overall standings here. Brazil with 48, China very close to 47, and USA with 45. We only have 2 more events to go until this overall tournament is complete and we will crown a World Cup champion. Here we see the layout for today's tournament. The starting gate is a little bit different than the last couple of events in this tournament. We have spirals, we have splitters, all of the best things from the QUADRILLA Marble Run series, all to lead down to the next World Cup field. Don't forget to use the discount code HAPE Marble Run to get 25% off any QUADRILLA Marble Run set on the HAPE store. Also, go down to the link in description and guess the winner of the next event, the final event of this tournament. And if you guess correctly, you will get $149 worth of Marble Run sets from HAPE Toys. You can see the field here. We have a little Plinko section that will block the marbles from getting into the goal. We'll have to see how they react in this tournament. Time for Event 4, Plinko Soccer. Here you can see the group system. We have Group A, B, C, and D as normal. Starting off with Group A, Qatar, Germany, Argentina, Switzerland, and the USA. And we are off. Who comes out first? It's the USA, being followed by Qatar, and then Argentina in 3rd place. Argentina, the bottom sitter in the overall point standings. Let's see if they can climb the tables and get themselves some good points in this event. And the USA is still in the lead, being followed by Argentina now, who has taken over 2nd place as they go through these splitter elements. Let's see who comes out first. It's Argentina. Through the xylophones they go into the field for the first time in this event. Who will score? No scores yet. There's one for the USA. And no other scores. So the USA will get first in this first group. Argentina in 2nd because of their quick finish. The tiebreakers, of course, are the quickest times to the field. So Argentina and Qatar had the 2 quickest times after the USA, who of course scored the goal. So they 3 will advance to the next round. Germany and Switzerland will be eliminated from this tournament. They still have a chance to get points in the final event of this tournament. So I wish all the best to them. As we take a look at the replay here, the USA was in the lead through that spiral section, but then somehow Argentina was able to overtake the lead through the split section. Argentina and Qatar, for that matter, both having some trouble because they hit that little Plinko section, and that kind of deflected them from getting a goal. So the USA, Argentina, and Qatar will advance to semifinal A. Now it's time for Group B. Vietnam, Japan, Portugal, Indonesia, and China will be joining us for Group B, and it is out of the gate Vietnam out to the lead, being followed by China, our second overall leader in the overall standings. We'll have to see how they do in this first round. If they get eliminated, for sure, they're going down on the table. But at this point, they're in first place, being followed by Vietnam and then Portugal. As we go through the spiral to the xylophones, they go through the little spinner section. It is China first to the field, and they get a goal. Instant advancement for them. No other goals so far, and it'll stay that way. So Vietnam and Japan were the two other quickest marbles to get to the field, so they will advance along with China. Portugal and Indonesia will be eliminated, unfortunately, from this tournament. Vietnam and China both quick out of the gate, and they kind of held the lead for the entirety of the race up until the field section. Let's see how China scored there. Straight through the Plinko with ease. And Indonesia, no, that was Japan. Japan barely missed out. They hit the side of the goalpost. They weren't able to just go a little bit to the left and get into the goal. So China, Vietnam, and Japan will join the USA, Argentina, and Qatar in the first semifinal. Now it's time for Group C. Brazil, the Philippines, France, Mexico, and Spain. Brazil, our overall points leader, coming out to first place out of the gate. Let's see what they can do in this event. It is still Brazil, the first and only marble for a while to be in that first plastic spiral, and they're for sure the first marble to be in that first wooden spiral. And Mexico having a lot of trouble getting out of that plastic spiral. I'm not sure what happened, but they are losing motivation. They had a lot of trouble in the last event, which caused them the overall lead in the overall tournament. And it is Spain who gets out to the field first, but Brazil gets a goal, as well as France. Let's see if Mexico can redeem themselves. No. So Brazil and France both have a goal, and then Spain had the quickest time. So three marbles will advance to the semifinals. The Philippines and Mexico will be eliminated. A downfall for Mexico, 2 events in a row. They're definitely having some trouble, and I'm not sure if they are even in contention for the overall championship because there's only 1 event left. We'll have to see how they do in that final event. Brazil, the first marble to score, and France, of course, scored as well. Mexico was actually the last one to the field. Not only did they not score, but they were the last one. So definitely a poor performance for Mexico. Brazil, France, and Spain advancing to the semifinals. Now it's time for the final group in the first group stage. United Kingdom, India, Canada, Italy, and the Netherlands. And they are off. Who comes out first? I think that was India, being followed by Canada as we go through the splitter. And this is where a lot of passes happen. And there's Canada and Italy fighting there. Italy has some trouble, and they're slowed down in that spiral section. As you go back to the overall camera view, who comes out to lead? It's Canada, being followed by, I think that's the United Kingdom. Canada through the xylophone, and let's see if they can make a score. Through the Plinko they go. No score so far, and all goes to the left side, and Italy is the only marble to score, which is very lucky for them because they were the last marble to get to the field. So the goal really is the make or break situation in this tournament. Canada and the United Kingdom, the first 2 marbles to get to the field, they will also advance along with Italy. Your last first place in this event. All the marbles going over the xylophone. Must be fun for them. A little bit different from HAPE toys. See, all the other marbles had already gotten to the field. All of them but India had already passed the goal before Italy even got to the field. But they were able to score and will advance to the semifinals. Now it's time for semifinal A. In the second group, the bottom 3 marbles will be eliminated, not the bottom 2. And here are the results from 13th to 20th for this event. Of course, Mexico getting 0 points, 2 events in a row. They may be injured from the last event because they actually got hit off the track from a bell. If you saw the last video, we had a couple incidents with a bell, and that has not been added back to this event. luckily for these marbles. It is China coming out to lead in the first semifinal. China, Vietnam, Argentina, Qatar, the USA, and Japan all battling for only 3 spots in the final. And this closer funnel here really having some trouble. It is China off to the lead by a significant margin. Then Argentina and the USA coming close. And China first to the field, but they don't get a goal. Argentina doesn't get a goal. No goal for the USA or Spain. Let's see if Japan can take it. No, they don't. So it's the first 3 marbles that got to the field, and they will advance to the next round. China, Argentina, and the USA barely coming out over Vietnam, about a second. These 3 marbles, like I said, will advance to the final round of this tournament, the second finals that we will see in the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Vietnam, Qatar, and Japan will be eliminated from this semifinal. China first down, Argentina in second. They weren't really close. The USA was definitely not close. Maybe if they had made it over that little peg, they may have been able to score a goal. And for a moment there, I thought Japan may have been able to score a goal and kick out the USA from advancement, but they weren't able to do it, which is lucky for the USA, who advances to the final along with Argentina and China. Now it's time for semifinal B. We have 6 marbles competing for 3 spots yet again. Canada, Brazil, Italy, Spain, the United Kingdom, and France. And they are off. They are being led by Canada, who is another marble that actually got hit off the track by the bell in the last event. Let's see if they can redeem themselves in this event and get more points than they did last time. They are leading the pack at this point. Let's see if they can hold it. France wants to pressure them, and it is not happening. And Canada will be the first one to the field, being followed by France. And France gets a goal. Canada does not. So they will advance because of time. France, Canada, and Brazil are your 3 marbles who are advancing. And it looks like Italy had a DNF. Let's take a look at the replay and see what happened. United Kingdom, Spain, and Italy all being eliminated from the semifinal. And Canada first to the field, but they didn't score, but France was able to, just ensuring that they would advance from this semifinal. And I believe Italy got caught on the xylophone, which is unfortunate for them. Here are your finalists for the event 4 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by HAPE Toys. We have 3 spots on the podium, 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze, and of course we have all our marbles competing for it, and Brazil is one of them, as well as China. We'll have to see if one of these marbles can pull off a victory. Brazil got a silver in the last event, but that got them enough points to actually take the overall standings. So let's see what they do in this final. And they are off for the final round of this tournament. Canada coming out to lead, being followed by France, and then Brazil and China as they go through the splitter for the first time out of 2. And it looks like Canada is in the lead still. France and then China, as well as Brazil. They're all in there. The USA and Argentina having some trouble, and they're lagging behind. So their only hope at this point is to get a goal. Through these xylophones they go. Canada is the first to the field. No goal for them. And France and China as well. And no goals for them except for France. France and Argentina both getting a goal. France getting the first one. So France will be your gold medalist of Event 4 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. It's Argentina coming in second, Canada in third, and China getting 4th, Brazil in 5th, the USA getting, looks like a DNF. An unfortunate event for the USA, getting so close to getting some more points. I believe the DNF may even cause them to get less points. They might even get down to the bottom of the standings. We'll have to see at the end of the event. But France and Argentina, as well as Canada, your 3 podium sitters for this event. See, Canada was the first one down. They didn't score. And then France, of course, got a score. And Argentina actually was the last marble to get down to the field. And they got a score as well. Let's take a look at the replay there. Great moves by Argentina. So it will be France who will be your overall champion of the Event 4 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Let's take a look at the overall standings. Here they are. France in first, 25 points. Argentina in second with 20. Canada in third, 18. And the USA even though they did DNF in the last event, still get 6th, and they get 14 points. So they didn't go down to the bottom of the standings. Here are the overall standings. China and Brazil have tied for first place, but China does have the gold medal, so that is the tiebreaker. They're in first place by a very slim margin. USA is still in third with 59, only 4 points behind. It's definitely possible for them to win the overall Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup title. Congratulations to France for being the Event 4 champion of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Argentina coming in at second, and Canada in third place. Our 3 podium sitters. After 4 exciting events, it all comes down to this. Hey everybody, I'm Jeremiah. Welcome back to the final event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by HAPE Toys. We have 20 countries who have all competed in the previous 4 events, with China leading the pack with 63 points, only above Brazil because of the gold medal. Brazil has a silver, but they also have 63 points. So for Brazil to be able to overtake China and take the World Cup, all you have to do is place over China in this event. We'll have to see how this plays out as this event continues. As we take a look at today's track, we have lots of spirals. We have a very large blue section. I believe this is HAPE's packaging that the track comes in, that also doubles as part of the track, which is definitely a unique feature from HAPE Toys. You can see it's just a race to the goal. The first marble to get there will be the champion of this event. Don't forget to use the discount code HAPE Marble Run at the checkout over at the HAPE store to get 25% off all Quadrilla Marble Run sets. Also, I hope you guessed which marble will win this overall tournament, and I hope you guessed correctly, because if you did, you will get $149 worth of HAPE Quadrilla Marble Run sets. Now it's time for the final event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup, the mixed race. Here we look at the groups A, B, C, and D as normal. First off, we have Group A, the Philippines, Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, and Spain. And get our first look at this final track with this first 5 marbles. We have Brazil competing in this event. They are in second place, tied with China. Only by medals are they behind. We'll have to see how they do in this event and see if they can even advance as they keep on going. Right now, it's Mexico in the lead, being followed by Spain, and then Argentina and the Philippines as they go all into this red inverse spiral and into the orange spiral. This is the first time we've seen this in this tournament. Orange funnel section. Who comes out to the lead? I think it was Brazil, but Spain had already gotten down into the bottom of that funnel, but they got stalled, and Argentina really slow through that spiral. And here comes Spain into the red box section, and they're going to be first place. Who will come in at second? I think it'll be Brazil. Yes, it will. And then Mexico in third place. So Brazil will advance to the next round, as well as Mexico and Spain. And Argentina and the Philippines will be eliminated. So Brazil making it to the next round. That's definitely making their chances greater of overtaking China. We'll have to see how they do in some of the upcoming groups. You see Spain got into that hole of the second orange funnel first, but they weren't able to exit. They got stalled underneath, which is very unfortunate for them. But they still were able to get first place because they got bumped out by another marble. I believe that was Brazil. Also a pretty fun element, the Quadrilla Marble Run box used in the set. That just shows the resourcefulness of HAPE Toys. Now it's time for Group B, Canada, Portugal, Italy, Qatar, and France. And they are off. None of these top marbles are in the top 3. Portugal is in 4th, but there's a very big gap between 3rd and 4th in the overall standings. Portugal has 48 points, and then the USA has 59, so an 11-point gap, which isn't impossible, but is very difficult for Portugal to even pass the USA, not to mention China and Brazil. Let's see how they do. And right now, looks like they're in 3rd place, and France and Canada are looking like, oh yeah, they're in the back funnel there. And Canada way up in the front. They already entered the blue lid from the Quadrilla Marble Run set. And they're all getting here first. It's going to be a race to the line, but it is France. Comes out to the goal first, being followed by Canada. And who comes in third? I believe it was Italy. And Portugal all the way down in last place. Unfortunately for them, they will not be placing in the top 3. They'll probably be going down on the leaderboard. Take a look at the replay here. A couple of the marbles kind of got ahead pretty quickly. And we're just kind of silently leading the pack. Outside from the camera view, you see there Canada was not in the camera view for a lot of the time. And then a lot of the marbles caught up. And France was able to get there first because they were on the left lane to enter the quadrilla box there. So France, Canada, and Italy will advance to the semifinal A for the final event of this tournament. Now it's time for Group C. We have Switzerland, India, Japan, China, and Germany. China, our points leader, are having a hard time in the first Plinko already. And it is Germany leading the pack, being followed by Japan and India. And India, I believe, has overtaken. No, that's Japan. Two very similar marbles into the red inverse funnel. And we're about to get to the orange funnels now. And this is where Switzerland can come and overtake. Yes, they do right there. And here comes India as well. And Germany. They all are fighting through these funnels. And I believe that's Switzerland in first place. No, it's Germany. And Germany going around this blue spiral section on that lid. And looks like they're going to take first. No, it's Switzerland. Switzerland out of nowhere comes and takes first place. India in second. And Germany will take third. China will be eliminated in the first round of this event. They are the points leader. I think that's going to change after this event. What a mishap for China. So already Brazil has made it farther than China. So Brazil at this point stands in first place unless something happens as we get going in the semifinals of this event. But we still have one more group to go in the group stage, Group D. So we'll have to see what marbles will join the 3 marbles that advance from this event. You see the bells have been returned. Hopefully they have been adjusted to make it more safe for these marbles to use them. So we have Switzerland, India, and Germany advancing to the semifinals. Now it's time for Group D. Final group in this group stage. Only 3 will make it out. The Netherlands, the United Kingdom, USA, Vietnam, and Indonesia. The USA, the 3rd place in the overall points. They're in 2nd place right now in this race. We'll have to see if they can advance from this tournament or if they get eliminated just like China did in the last event. And what's happened here? We have some marbles stuck. And 4 marbles are stuck in the funnel. We're going to have a restart here. An anomaly happening in Group D. USA and Indonesia getting wedged, both entering the exit funnel of that double spiral at the same time, and they got the rest of the field blocked. Looks like we have a cleaner exit this time, but still they are pretty close, and it is the Netherlands coming out to lead, the United Kingdom coming in at 2nd, and Vietnam in 3rd, but they're all about to get stratified through the orange funnels, and it is still the Netherlands in lead, being followed by Indonesia, and then the USA. The USA in the last spot that's not eliminated. Let's see if the United Kingdom or Vietnam can catch up, or if the USA will be able to withstand the pressure, and it is the Netherlands who will come out in first place, Indonesia in 2nd, who will come out in 3rd. Here comes the USA, and no problem for them because the United Kingdom and Vietnam are so far behind. These 2 marbles will be eliminated. So the USA will make it to the semifinals, and they have a chance to get farther than Brazil. They're only 4 points behind Brazil. If they place high enough, they will be able to overtake Brazil. But at this point, there still is a chance for some other marbles to overtake. But at this point, it's a fight between the USA and Brazil. Let's take a look at some of these replays. Indonesia passing the USA there through that orange funnel. And that let them get to 2nd place. And that got them to their advancement spot. So the Netherlands, Indonesia, and the USA will advance to semifinal B. Now it's time for semifinal A. But first, let's take a look at the results for the 13th through 20th places. China gets 0 points. That's got to be hard for them to swallow. They are going down and probably will get thrown off the overall lead in this tournament. Now it's time for semifinal A. Brazil, Canada, Spain, Mexico, Italy, and France. And let's see if Brazil can withstand another round. They are in the lead at this point, but Italy comes out in the lead through the other funnel, and then Spain. And I think France is in there as well. And Mexico and Canada lagging behind, and Brazil stalled on that track. And they're all fighting through this orange funnel now. And Brazil and Spain really lagging behind. Canada and France already in that funnel right before the blue section. Here comes, I believe that's Italy. And who will come out first? Ooh, France coming out there right over Canada, taking the quicker route on that box. So France, Canada, and Italy will be advancing. Mexico, Spain, and Brazil will be eliminated from this tournament. Unbelievable for Brazil. The USA could totally take this event. Let's take a look at the replay. Brazil will be getting not very many points. They won't be getting 0 because that's what China had. But this leaves them very vulnerable for the USA to come over and take first place in the overall leaderboard. So they just had trouble with Spain getting out of these orange funnels. I think that's what cost them the win. France coming out through that quicker section of that box. There's multiple lanes you could take. And France did the right one. So France, Canada, and Italy will advance to the final round of the final event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by HAPE Toys. Now it's time for semifinal B. Here comes the USA. This is their time to shine. The USA, India, Switzerland, as well as India, Germany, and Indonesia. We are going here. Who is in the lead? It's the Netherlands being followed by India and then the USA. Let's see who can come out first. Oh, look at that. A shortcut by Indonesia, skipping multiple lanes in the inverse funnel. That takes them to first place. Is that legal? Get going to the red spiral section. Indonesia using that advantage very well. I've never seen anything like that here on the World Cup. Who is that? Here comes Germany, and they're in first place out of nowhere. Indonesia coming at second. Who's in third? It's Switzerland. USA has been eliminated from the semifinals. Who will win this tournament? Not even sure if they got higher than Brazil. India, the USA, and the Netherlands will be eliminated from the semifinals. No marble in the top 3 have advanced to the final in this final round. At this point, I have no idea who is in contention for the win. Let's take a look at the replay here. Indonesia taking a shortcut on the red spiral right before these orange funnels. See, that's how they got so far ahead. But they weren't actually able to win. It was Germany who came out and took the lead out of nowhere. I'm not even sure how they did it. I think they were on the far spiral end of the track. But it was Germany, then Indonesia, and Switzerland. And those will be your 3 remaining teams who will advance to the final round of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. It's time for the final. 6 teams left. 3 of which will be able to sit on the podium individually for this event. But I'm not sure who will be able to win the overall World Cup title. Here we go. Final round of the final event of this overall tournament. Canada, France, Italy, Indonesia, Switzerland, and Germany are your contestants. And who is it first? It's Indonesia in the far funnel. And who's leading the near funnel? It's Germany. And Indonesia having a good lead. Let's see if they can do another shortcut. No, they don't. And France is bringing up the back of the pack. Indonesia in the lead, but bad stuff can happen in these orange funnels, but they are able to get through it clean, being followed by Germany, and now France is in that far funnel, and they've gotten out of the back of the pack. It's a race between Germany and Indonesia for the win in this event. Let's see who can do it. Indonesia is in there first. They are going to be the champions of this event. And who comes in second? France overtakes Germany at the last second. France will take second. Germany in third. Italy fourth. Canada fifth. And Switzerland will take sixth. But the real question is, who is the World Cup champion? The officials are tabulating the results as we speak for the final results of this overall tournament. And it looks like Switzerland had a DNF. Let's take a look at the replay, see where they DNF'd. It's a good race for Indonesia, in lead for almost the entire race. And then France, an underdog story, being in last place in this section of the race, but they were able to take second over Germany through that last red box section of the track. And they got silver medal in this event, a good accomplishment for them. We'll have to see where they finish in the overall standings. But China, Brazil, and the USA all not making it to the final. Not sure if their points will be enough to withstand some of these other marble teams who finished in the final, especially Indonesia, who finished first. I'm not sure if they had enough points to advance them to the podium, but we'll have to see as the final results are posted. So Indonesia is your champion of this event, and now we await who will be the champion of the World Cup. So here are the full results from this event. Indonesia gets 25 points, France gets 20, Germany gets 18. You see where the USA is, they get 11, Brazil gets 9. So that's not a very big gap between those two. I believe Brazil will still be ahead of USA. But Brazil will be your champion of this overall tournament. The USA coming in close, only 2 points behind. China in third place with 63 points. Congratulations to Brazil, the home country of Fubeca's marble runs. They came out and triumphed in this tournament. But now we get to congratulate Indonesia for their event win with 57 points, finishing off their overall standings. France coming in at second, Germany in third place. But today, everybody aspires to be Brazil, your Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup champions. A complete surprise for the overall results, because Brazil did not make it to the final. Neither did the USA or China, but they all still get to sit on the podium. A congratulations to Brazil for getting first place and being a World Cup champion. USA getting the runner-up. They also had an amazing event. And China coming in at third place, unfortunately losing the overall champion spot, but they still get to sit on the podium. So there you go. The Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup has officially come to a close. Did you guess correctly on who would win the final event? I hope you did. Thank you again to HAPE Toys for sponsoring this overall season. And we look forward to seeing what Fubeca has in store for us next. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more Fubeca's